Yo, gamers, grab your controllers, keyboards, or whatever you play on, because today we're diving deep into one of the craziest stories in gaming history, the rise, fall, and ultimate redemption of Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, you remember the hype. December 2020, every trailer dropped like a bomb. Keanu Reeves was everywhere, and gamers were losing their minds over this neon-soaked, cybernetic open-world RPG. We were promised Night City, a living, breathing, chaotic city where you could hack, drive, fight, customize your body, and basically live your cyberpunk fantasy. And we waited for years, and then the game dropped. Bro, it was a disaster. I mean, an absolute unplayable, glitchy, chaos disaster. People on PS4 and Xbox One booted it up, and instantly, reality shattered. Characters falling through the map, cars flying into the sky like rockets, NPCs glitching through walls, missions breaking left and right. One of the funniest memes was someone showing their car just levitating midair with an NPC screaming in the background. And honestly, that meme perfectly captured the launch experience. It wasn't minor bugs. We're talking mission-breaking glitches, crashes every 5 minutes, entire side quests disappearing. Sony even pulled the game from the PlayStation Store. Think about that for a second. A hyped AAA game gone overnight because it was literally broken. Refunds poured in like crazy, Reddit exploded, YouTube clips of disastrous went viral, and bro, the internet had a field day. Everyone roasted CD Projekt Red. Everyone. Gamers were like, this isn't a game, it's a simulation of despair. And the funny part, even during this chaos, Night City had a strange charm. Cars exploding in slow motion, NPCs dancing like they were in a zombie apocalypse, gang fights that made no sense. It was tragic, but also hilarious, and somehow, despite the rage, we still wanted to play. We saw flashes of what could have been. A neon sign flickering in the rain, the synthwave soundtrack, Keanu Reeves appearing in your missions. It was like the promised magic peeked through the disaster. Then patches started dropping. Slowly. Very slowly. CD Projekt Red went full grind mode, like a gamer stuck on the hardest raid boss ever, refusing to quit. Month after month, updates came. Crashes decreased, missions started working, cars stayed on the road, mostly, and NPCs began acting like humans again. The first time anyone could play for 30 minutes without crashing felt like a miracle. Streams started popping up again, gameplay clips got traction, and memes shifted from rage to, okay, maybe it's playable now. Next came next-gen upgrades. PS5, Xbox Series X, and patched PCs transforms Night City. The neon lights, reflections, city details. Bro, it looked alive. Missions ran smoothly, combat was tight, and Keanu Reeves looked cooler than ever. The game that almost broke the internet in 2020 now felt like a new experience. Even some of the harshest critics said, yeah, it's actually fun now. And this was only the beginning. Then came the mods. Oh bro, mods changed the game completely. Players started altering everything: weapons, graphics, NPC behavior, cars, even missions. Some mods were ridiculous. Keanu Reeves riding a flying unicorn, NPCs replaced by cats, giant mechs walking the streets. Others were realistic, making the city immersive beyond imagination. Night City transformed from a fixed game into a sandbox of chaos, humor, and creativity, and the community absolutely loved it. And gameplay itself, man, after the patches, the missions became insane. High-speed chases, corporate heists, stealth missions, hacking encounters, they all worked and were fun. Side quests weren't filler. They had characters, humor, tension, and sometimes chaos that you couldn't predict. One player shared a story where they hacked into a gang hideout. The NPCs glitched through the floor, and somehow they completed the mission without shooting a single shot. Another one crashed their car into a tower accidentally, only to find it was the fastest way to complete the mission. Night City wasn't just a game anymore. It was a story generator. Even small details added charm. NPC dialogue, random street chaos, rainy alleys, and neon reflections all created immersion. You never knew what would happen. A pedestrian might scream at a drone, a gang could attack a police car mid-chase, or your car could spontaneously fly across a highway. And somehow all of this felt alive and hilarious. In the fan stories, insane. Players shared clips of cars flipping into skyscrapers, drones exploding mid-mission, and NPCs performing the most ridiculous actions. One mission involved stealing a prototype from a high-security corporate tower. A glitch caused all enemies to spawn in one spot, and somehow the player defeated them using a random exploding vending machine. Moments like these made Night City legendary. But beyond the chaos and humor, Cyberpunk 2077 also delivered epic moments. A stealth mission could turn into a full-on firefight, and your choices actually mattered. Decisions and side quests affected the story, NPCs, and even endings. Some missions made you think strategically. Others made you laugh because everything went wrong. The unpredictability became part of the charm and immersion. Now let's talk about the Easter eggs. The game is full of hidden details for fans to discover. Random dialogue referencing The Witcher 3, nods to classic cyberpunk anime, secret rooms in corporate towers, and hidden NPC stories. Night City rewards exploration. Even years after launch, players still find secrets. Some are funny, like a random NPC giving you absurd advice. Others are dark, like hidden corporate scandals. Night City feels alive because it's imperfect, chaotic, and full of surprises. By now, the story of Cyberpunk 2077 had come full circle. From hype to disaster, to slow redemption, to modern legend, this game showed the world what a true comeback looks like. CD Projekt Red proved that even the biggest mistakes could be corrected with hard work, transparency, and community engagement. Gamers watched this journey unfold like a reality show. Streams, Reddit, memes, they all celebrated the game's growth. Night City became a symbol of resilience and chaos. Even today, players are still discovering new secrets, enjoying mods, and creating chaos. Every session can produce stories to share. Glitchy explosions, epic hacks, NPC chaos, flying cars. Night City isn't just a city, it's an experience, unpredictable and full of life. And the legacy? Bro, Cyberpunk 2077 is now a legend of gaming comebacks. From disaster to immersive world, from rage memes to cinematic chaos, from bug-filled nightmare to chaotic playground, it's unforgettable. Players still talk about the crashes, but now they celebrate how far the game has come. It's a lesson for gamers and developers alike. Even the biggest mistakes can be righted with hard work, transparency, and community engagement. So if you haven't experienced Cyberpunk 2077 today, here's your chance. Dive in, explore, laugh, rage, hack, drive, crash, and mod. Night City is alive, unpredictable, and endlessly entertaining. From disaster to legend, this is one journey every gamer should witness. And trust me, you're going to want to stay in Night City as long as possible, because you never know what madness or hilarity will happen next. Alright gamers, now we're entering the golden era of Cyberpunk 2077, because after all those patches, next-gen upgrades, and insane mods, Night City wasn't just a game, it was a living, breathing, chaotic playground. And bro, the moment you step back into it, you immediately feel the difference. Streets are buzzing, neon signs reflect on rain-soaked pavement, and the city feels alive. Every corner hides a story, a joke, or an unexpected disaster waiting to happen. Let's talk missions, because this is where the fun really starts. Take the mission where you're helping a small-time fixer recover a stolen car. On paper, easy. But in Night City, your car can get blown up by a random gang, the NPC driving it might glitch through walls, or a stray drone can chase you down like it's a boss fight. One player shared a clip where their car literally flew off a bridge mid-chase, landed perfectly in front of the target, and completed the mission. Glitch or genius? You decide. That's the beauty of the game. Chaos becomes part of your story. Then there's the mission involving a heist in a corporate skyscraper. It sounds simple: hack the security, sneak past guards, steal a prototype, and leave. But in practice, anything could happen. A guard might glitch and start attacking his own team. Alarms might trigger in the weirdest ways, and somehow you end up completing it in a fashion that's completely unique to your session. One fan story even had their NPC ally accidentally taking down the boss while the player was stuck in a vent. Imagine that. You didn't even touch the mission and you still succeed. Pure chaos, pure Night City. The humor in the game is unreal, and not just from glitches. NPC dialogue, random street events, environmental chaos, they all contribute to the fun. Imagine walking down a street, a pedestrian screaming about their lost cybernetic cat while a car flips into a neon sign behind them, or a gang starting a fight over nothing. or overhearing a conversation between two NPCs debating the best synthwave track while bullets fly around them. Night City is alive, chaotic, and hilarious. And mods, bro, the mods are a whole story themselves. Some add ridiculous chaos, turning everyone into cats, adding giant mechs, flying cars with weapons, or even giving you a lightsaber. Other mods improve realism, making hacking, stealth, and combat feel cinematic. One player shared a clip where a car chase turned into absolute mayhem because their modded car could shoot missiles while drifting, taking out every enemy while explosions rained down. Night City became a playground for imagination and chaos, and the community absolutely loved it. And let's talk fan stories, because these are insane. One fan said their mission glitched mid-heist, causing all the NPCs to float in the air. They ended up using a hack ability to knock enemies off balance, accidentally completing the mission perfectly. Another fan described a street fight that spiraled into total chaos. Cars flipped, and